Hello and welcome to Thames British School. My name is Agnieszka and I'm the head of our preschool campus in Park Szczęśliwicki. Here at Thames British School, we believe that the only way for children to develop their full potential is by making them feel secure and protected at all times. This is why our staff focuses not only on establishing warm and healthy bonds, but also on basing their relationships on rules that are set as daily routines or behavior rules. This is to make sure that children know what to expect in the course of the day, but also what to expect when it comes to their teachers' reactions for their behavior. This way, they feel safe because they can anticipate what follows up. The consistency is the key here. As some of you may be aware, British curriculum focuses a lot on academic achievements, but it does also build up on social and emotional skills. Well, academic achievement is important and we started early on so that your children would have the advantage in the future. They build their maturity and independence much earlier. Thanks to well-balanced development in all three areas, social, emotional and academic one, your children acquire the necessary tools to go and explore the world on their own. Now I would like to share a short presentation from the head of our curriculum, Ms. Agi Makulska, who can present how we follow the British curriculum at Thames British School. For children ages 2.5 to 5, this is our pre-nursery, nursery and reception group. We do cover the early years foundation stage curriculum. For children aged 5 to 7, we cover the key stage 1 curriculum. Here in Park Szczęśliwicki, that's year 1. The early years foundation stage is a curriculum set by the British government, and it prepares them for the national curriculum at upper stages. It covers 3 prime and 4 specific areas. The idea behind it is that the children cannot continue to 4 specific areas without covering the 3 prime ones. The first one of 3 prime areas is social, emotional and personal one. This one divides further into 3 parts. The first one is making relations. So we'll be looking at whether the child is making relations with their peers, whether they're playing, whether they engage in play, try to keep it up, whether they're engaged in their relations with the grown-ups like teachers and other grown-ups surrounding them. The second part is self-confidence and self-awareness. So we'll be looking at whether the children can choose their own activities, or can they ask for help when they need it? Can they articulate what they need? The third part is managing feelings. So here we'll be looking at whether the children can control their feelings or whether they're going to have tantrums. Can they tell us what's going on with them? Are they hungry or tired? Can they verbalize their feelings? All these have various stages, and we monitor according to guidelines to see if the child is developing appropriately. The second primary is language and communication. It also broaches out into 3 parts. First one is listening and attention. Now here we're going to look at whether the children have a long attention span. Can they focus for a long time? Do they understand what we're talking about? Can they answer simple questions? The second one is speaking. So here again, we're going to look at whether they can answer questions, whether they can communicate their needs, articulate what's going on with them, tell short stories. The third one is understanding. Here we're going to look at whether the children understand our instructions, whether they can understand 2 parts instructions, whether they follow them. The last prime area is physical. This one splits in 2 different parts. The first one is moving and handling, where we're going to look at gross motor skills and fine motor skills. Gross motor skills are all the skills involving big muscles like running and walking or climbing objects, while fine motor skills focuses on, for example, good pencil grip or squashing Play-Doh. The second part is self-care and health. Here we're looking, for example, whether the kids can use the toilet safely, which is actually a requirement to be admitted to any of those groups, pre-nursery, nursery, or reception. We'll be also looking at whether they can dress independently, do the buttons or laces or zips, but also whether they're aware of safety measures and can they keep themselves safe. These 4 specific areas are English, mathematics, understanding of the world, and expressive arts and design. Now in English we're going to look at reading and writing, so you can see that without, for example, fine motor skills, they will not be able to master writing. For mathematics we're going to have 2 areas. One is numbers, which has everything to do with numbers and numerals. The second one is shape, space and measures. So here, apart from getting to know different shapes, the children will also be measuring items according to standardized measures, for example with a ruler, but also with non-standardized measures, like against a piece of string or finding objects of similar sizes. Understanding the world splits further into 2 parts. The first one is people and communities, where we're looking at whether the children are interested in their surroundings. For example, when other people have birthdays, or what do they do? Like, what does a policeman do? What does a doctor do? Who they want to be in the future? This is when this question starts to appear for the first time. The second part is technology in the world. So here we're looking whether the kids are interested in the technology surrounding them. Like, for example, what does a fridge do? Or can they use buttons and switches? Or are they interested in house chores as vacuuming? Or can they handle a remote control? But also whether they're interested in the natural environment, so plants or animals surrounding them. Next area is expressive arts and design. This also divides into 2 different parts. First one being exploring and using media and materials. So here we're going to look at whether the kids paint or whether they're coloring, and do they mix colors? Can they notice any new colors? Can they explore the colors? And what other things are they using for the creative arts? On how they play with Play-Doh, for example, or kinetic sand. The second part here is being imaginative. So whether the kids can engage in a role play, do they make up their own stories for those plays, and do they choose appropriate props? So this was the early years foundation stage. The assessment year happens in the reception year. It is based on ongoing teachers' observations and also discussions with parents. Further, the children are moving to the national curriculum in Key Stage 1. Key Stage 1 is 2 years, Year 1 and Year 2. Here in Park Szczęśliwicki, we cover Year 1 curriculum. In Key Stage 1, children have subjects such as English, mathematics, science, history, geography, arts and design, music, and computing. These are the obligatory ones. There are other optional subjects that include religions, and we're talking about different religions, not one religion only, other languages, PSHE, which is personal and social health education, and citizenship. Here at Thames British School, we do cover other languages because we start Spanish from pre-nursery group, and also we do cover PSHE cross-curricularly. At the end of Year 1, there is very often a phonics check when children are asked to read together with their teacher, and the teacher observes and monitors their reading skills. This is not about being graded, but it's about observing how the child is developing and giving the teachers important information about whether any extra help is needed or whether the child already is exceeding expected standards. Here at Thames British School, in early years and also in Year 1, we're working on topic mode, and we're teaching in a cross-curricular way. Cross-curricular means that, for example, we join different subjects around the topic. Like, we can use a computer program to write a text for English, or a computer game to play a mathematical game, for example. It also means that we have one big topic which helps us to plan all areas around it. And these topics are fun and exciting for kids. For example, the topics of discovering big animals, or the topic of paper, which might sound dull, but it's not. You have no idea how many things can be done with paper. These topics change every half term, so we try to keep it exciting all the time for the kids. One of the main assets of our school is our staff. All our staff is highly trained, very well qualified, and has undergone meticulous recruitment processes. They're all qualified either in British or in Polish curriculum, depending on the role they play at school. Our school program complies with both curricula, the British one and the Polish one. That means that children in year 1 start obligatory Polish classes. They're divided into two groups, the native Polish classes and Polish as a second language. And here, year 1 is validated later on as so-called Polish grade 0. Due to our program and also high level of British education, your child can have a smooth transition to school life. They can go and study in any other international, Polish or British school in the country or abroad. This is crucial for parents who are looking for a wide variety of choices for the future of their children. This is also very important for parents who are in Poland only for a short period of time, for example for work. Regardless of the school your child is going to continue with, they will always feel comfortable in any international environment, as Thames British School is a truly international school. Right now, 70% of our students are from international communities, from 12 different countries on 4 different continents. Our next great asset that I have already mentioned is that we start with Spanish as a foreign language from very early, so from the pre-nursery stage, and we have those classes twice a week. But that is not all. We also offer a vast variety of enrichment activities in sports, arts, and mastery across the curriculum. These are all after-school activities. So don't wait and book your visit or even a trial week. Come and see us, check for yourself. I'm looking forward to meeting you at Thames British School.